Cub Studio drops some secret rigging knowledge, Rive releases a groundbreaking new feature, and MoGraph gives us a huge upgrade to a tool that After Effects artists will love. It's Motion Mondays. Does anyone else smell a horse? The animation world just witnessed a seismic shift. Flow won this year's Academy Award for Best Animated Film, the first time an independently animated film has claimed this honor. Created in Blender by a team of just 40 to 50 people with a $3.8 million budget, Flow beat out films like Inside Out 2, which reportedly cost $200 million. Director Gintz Zilbalotis rendered the entire film using Blender's real-time EV renderer on his home PC. All color adjustments were made directly with shaders in Blender. This achievement just proves it's not about the tool, it's about the artist. Though the technology certainly enabled this film to be created for a fraction of the typical budget. After winning, Gintz and his team took their Oscar on a whirlwind tour of LA. In perfect timing, EJ interviewed Gintz on our podcast last week, diving into the nerdy details of how they made the film, so check that out if you haven't already. Industry darlings Cub Studio just pulled back the curtain on their legendary joysticks and sliders rigs. Founder Fraser Davidson, a massive wrestling fan, has been sharing behind-the-scenes looks at the rigs that they're creating to animate characters like Randy Macho Man Savage. Ooh, yeah! What's fascinating is their technique of combining joysticks and sliders with 3D renders to create controllable character rigs in After Effects. The results often look indistinguishable from pure 3D character animation. You can grab joysticks and sliders at aescripts.com for just $40, one of the most popular After Effects plugins on the market. And Cub Studio's work shows exactly why. It's like steroids for your animation, but legal. The holy grail of markerless motion capture is getting closer. MoveAI showcased an upcoming release of their mocap tools that will allow for stadium-scale, studio-quality motion capture. Imagine placing a camera to capture dozens of people running around and then having that motion rebuilt for use in 3D software. Enormously powerful stuff. Their demonstration from a soccer match is insane. While this specific tech isn't available yet, you can check out MoveAI's existing products on their site, already being used in games and visual effects. We're rapidly approaching a time where the phone in your pocket might be enough for professional quality mocap. We're not quite there yet, but MoveAI is making it happen. No fancy suits required, unless you just like wearing spandex on the weekends, and no judgment from me. Split those peaches. Registration is open for our Spring 2025 session with classes starting on April 7th. If you're ready to level up in After Effects, Cinema 4D, design, animation, 3D, VFX, expressions, or illustration, our guided sessions feature unlimited critique, 24/7 community access, exclusive live events, and more. For teams of 3 or more, check out our team training program, all access to everything School of Motion offers with flexible licensing, unlimited critique, verified credentials, and priority support. All the details are at schoolofmotion.com/team training, and you can reach out to get more info or to set up a demo of the platform. And save this date. On April 6th, we are co-hosting our annual MoGraph meetup at NAB in Las Vegas. The event will be at Tom's Urban with drinks on us and our co-sponsors, Rive, Adobe, Maxon, Video Copilot, Cavalry, Grayscale Gorilla, Puget Systems, AE Scripts plus AE plugins, Plainly, Notch, and Dash Bash. Come on out and hang with industry folks and then stay up until 2 a.m. losing money at blackjack. You can get your free ticket at MoGraphMeetup.com, and remember, what happens in Vegas shows up on your credit card statement, so cash is your friend. After the asteroid impact that was the closing of Technicolor, The Mill, and Motion Picture Company, former Mill artists have created a Google Sheet talent database. Executive producer Jack Howard posted the link on LinkedIn where former employees can fill out a form to be included. If you're looking for top talent, this spreadsheet is a treasure trove. Search by job title, seniority level, and department. Hundreds of artists, producers, and coordinators are listed. I still can't believe The Mill is gone, but I know these artists have incredible and in-demand skills. Any company would be very lucky to have them. So check out the spreadsheet and help these folks land on their feet, or just hire them. You can also do that. Redshift has amazing Toon shading tools, but they require know-how to get right. Or you can just grab these incredible presets. You and Me Academy's YMA Toon Studio for Cinema 4D and Houdini offers custom materials designed to match looks like anime, woodcut novels, airbrush, hatching, dry brush, and more. The promo video showcases looks perfect for non-photorealistic rendering, a style that's growing in popularity as AI models struggle with this aesthetic. Since these are full shaders, you can use them as starting points and tweak them to get exactly what you need. It's like having a stylistic cheat code in your 3D toolbox. Check these out, the link will be in the description. Let's feature some great work from around the industry. First up is Dolce Vita from artist Ento Incognito. It's got that mixed media Ariel Costa look with its own twist, featuring extreme posing and great character animation. If you're unfamiliar with Ento Incognito, check out his Behance page, which has several cool projects executed in a similar style. A great example of how far you should push your posing and exaggeration in character animation. Next, legendary studio Panoply has released a new reel showing off their formidable 3D chops. This reel has something for everybody: beautiful particle sims, fluids, and plenty of how the hell did they pull that off moments. Everything features impeccable design, lighting, and tone. It's really great to see a studio really leaning into their strengths, and you can tell Panoply has developed an aesthetic similar to Already Been Chewed and Tendril, clearly an incredibly talented 3D shop with plenty of variety and techniques. And finally, this spot for Happylandia from Dirty Puppets is gorgeous, using a complicated mix of 2D and 3D animation. It might have you scratching your bald head about how they pulled it off, but they provided a detailed case study on their site. The team used joysticks and sliders to create robust character animation rigs in After Effects, letting them handle lip sync, complex facial animation, and expressive movements. They then rendered these on planes inside of Cinema 4D, allowing the characters to accurately cast shadows and integrate fully into the 3D environment. It's clever and cool, and the final piece is absolutely gorgeous. After Effects artists have begged for years for unfoldable pre-comps, and Deep Comp from AE Scripts finally delivers, sort of. Working within AE's limitations, they've created an interface that lets you fold and unfold pre-comps in context, visualize your pre-comp tree, and manipulate it in real time. They've also cleverly visualized this in your timeline as you work. Will we ever get this natively in After Effects? Who knows, but Deep Comp is here now. Give it a try, tell us what you think in the comments. Many artists dream of one day running their own studio. If you've ever wondered what that's actually like in real life, check out this video from Blanco Void Studio founder, Gons Miranda, who put together a fascinating vlog-style video showing what a day in the life of a studio owner looks like. You'll hear about his daily routine, listen in on client calls, and learn about the struggles of running a studio and the strategies he uses for pricing, subbing out work, and hiring help. It's an honest look at the realities of running a studio in 2025. Be sure to check out Blanco Void's work too. They've created some beautiful 3D pieces with a dreamy quality that defines their aesthetic. Shout out to Gons for being so transparent about the process. This kind of honesty really helps everybody in our industry. Big shout out to our School Motion Student of the Week, Martin K. With TA Eric Jumby's guidance, he's tackling our Photoshop and Illustrator Unleashed course and mastering vector basics. When you're just starting out with Adobe Illustrator, wrapping your head around how to knock out shapes and create simple icons using rectangles, strokes, and fills can be tricky. Once you get the hang of it, this stuff seems second nature. But we always love seeing students who are just beginning their journey really starting to get it. Keep it up, Martin. I know the mountain you're climbing is very tall, but one step at a time, I promise you, you will reach the top, and we can't wait to see what you create next. Element Supply Company's Super Duper is a sweet time-saving After Effects script for just $8. This tool lets you create complex animation with many keyframes, then generate a single controller for all those animations with one click. It's like joysticks and sliders' simpler cousin, with nice features like a one-click control null creator. Think of it as time remapping without pre-comping. This is perfect for template work where frequent retiming is needed. Manage 2 keyframes instead of dozens. At $8, it's a steal if it saves you time. And time is money. And money is coffee. And I need more coffee.
I've got the caffeine patch. You can stay awake for days with no side effects. Ah!
Mount MoGraph's motion plugin for After Effects has been a go-to for years, and now there's a brand new version called Motion Studio. It includes over 100 professional tools, including the easing tools everybody loves, a color palette manager, and many other useful additions. Founder Matt Jilka does a great job in his walkthrough video explaining the new tools. There are way too many to cover here, so you'll need to explore them on his site. One big upgrade is the dedicated Motion Studio app that ships with the plugin, giving you even more controls and the ability to manage your presets. The app has a live link with whatever application you're using it with, similar to Overlord, and currently works with Adobe After Effects, Adobe Illustrator, and DaVinci Resolve, with Premiere support coming soon. Motion Studio offers tools for blending animations, one-click presets for effects like bursts, and easy creation of follow animations and delays. It's the ultimate Swiss Army knife for After Effects artists, and it looks like an enormous undertaking. So congrats to Mount MoGraph for shipping this. The interface looks incredible. Let us know what you think in the comments if you've tried Motion Studio. Rive just announced early access for paid customers to test unreleased features. First up is data binding, like After Effects expressions, but without code. It's very, very powerful. The early access program requires a separate app that loads a beta version with new features. They emphasize that these are experimental, so be careful using them on client work. Data binding lets you specify which properties in your animations can be controlled by developers once deployed. Users are already creating cool experiments like collision detection, a working Pong game, and customizable UI elements. I tested this out on a project from Rive Academy Volume 1, available at School of Motion, and it was very easy to set up color changes for the icons that can update in real time. This feature lets you essentially build the ultimate MoGraph files using Rive's tools, and you can combine data binding with their responsive layout engine, state machine, and conditions to build entire working apps if desired. For motion designers, this means creating components and animations that clients can easily customize after delivery. We'll develop training once it leaves beta, but paid Rive users can test it now. It's another game changer from one of motion design's most important tools of the decade, in my humble opinion. 3D.io's Unwrella-IO is now available for all 3D software, not just 3ds Max and Maya. This standalone app lets Blender and Cinema 4D users automatically unwrap UVs with a few clicks. Creating usable UVs has tormented 3D artists since the dawn of time, and built-in tools often fall short. Unwrella-IO offers options for creating islands exactly how you want them with consistent density. The automatic unwrapping algorithms work impressively well. Check the demo video for feature details and grab this app for a one-time purchase, no subscription. It's like a UV therapist that eliminates your unwrapping anxieties. And that is it for this week's Motion Mondays. Don't forget that our Spring 2025 session is starting on April 7th. Sign up now before seats fill up. Check out our Training for Teams program if you're on a team of 3 or more. And remember, our MoGraph meetup will be held April 6th at Tom's Urban as part of the NAB conference. Thanks so much to all the sponsors involved. It is going to be a blast, and we hope to see you there.